I'm proud of the team, the way they played. I thought we showed more heart, determination. We talked about intestinal fortitude all week. I thought we showed that. I'm really proud of that. I think there's things we got to get corrected. There's no question about that. But there's a lot of positives come out of that game. I think they rushed for less than 100 yards, which they dominated the ball last week running the football. After the first drive, I thought we settled in and played really good defense. And I think offensively, the first two drives we were really rolling, and then we just came up really short on a couple things that prevented us from scoring again in the first half. Bad third quarter, really bad third quarter, especially offensively, and defensively we gave up 24 points in the second half. Can't do that, and ultimately you can make excuses. We had 3 DBs that were injured. And we're playing basically with our backup defensive line, our backup secondary, and I'm sure that had a little bit to do with it. But everybody, this next man up, got to step up. So.
All right, first question for me. My name is DeJuan Frazier from the South End. Earlier in the week, you talked a lot about their ability to run the ball, particularly against GVSU last week.
Right.
Was there a particular focus or more focus on that this week than the passing?
No. We know they throw the ball really well, so we never took that off. And number 12 didn't play against Grand Valley, played this week, and we knew he was pretty special. So we just tried to have a balanced defense and be able to stop everything. And for the most part, I think, other than a couple miscues, we did. They hit us on a couple big plays. We had that big penalty at the end that really helped their field goal drive, but we stopped the run, and that was just with the base defense.
It felt like to me up in the press box the entire fourth quarter it was going to come down to who had the ball last.
Right. And
that's exactly what happened. You guys got that big stop on fourth down and couldn't get a first down to keep the ball. How big was it that you guys couldn't get a drive going there at the end so you guys would have had the ball last and at least go into overtime?
Yeah, really a couple of plays that we felt had a good chance to have some success, had no success, and so we also throw an incompletion on the third down play, which really hurt us. And I thought we actually had Deontay, with the chance to make a play. That's the game right there. I think, you just, obviously, you try to manage the clock. You try to do it perfectly. We called a timeout with 1:30. I actually called it with 1:40, but the guy ran away from me and never gave me the timeout.
Yeah, I saw it,
But I wish I hadn't called it now, because the clock might have run out. Because they were trying to run the clock to kick the field goal, and we ended up stopping them that drive. So,
And you mentioned that clock management situation. You guys get that big stop, and then you get a drive going, and it almost seemed like, 30 seconds came off the clock. I mean, is there a situation at all where you wonder, hindsight 20/20, but do you wonder at all if maybe you should have played for overtime at all? Or
well, now looking back, yes, I should have played for overtime. But here's what happens. I play for overtime. They still have 2 timeouts or 3 timeouts. They call those timeouts, then we're still punting the ball, and I don't know. You can always second guess yourself.
I thought DJ played a pretty good game tonight, especially a couple times on third down when he got first downs with his legs. Made some great cutbacks in the middle of the field. Talk about his decision making tonight and how you thought he played.
I thought he played extremely well. I think that what hurt him in this game was he cramped up a little bit, and towards the end, like, we had a critical third down that we had a quarterback read, and he read it right, and he goes to turn the corner and falls down. And that was an easy first down, and he just cramped up. So that hurt him. And the biggest play was the coming out on the 5-yard line. We had a fake sweep, and actually it was a RPO. He could have handed it off. Probably when he saw that corner playing press, he should have just given the ball. So that was maybe a poor decision. I got to see it on tape. Probably by his reads, though, he did the right thing. But that interception, that sets them up on the 5, so, that kills you.
Coach, last year, a sort of criticism of your team is that they play a great first half, and then in the second half, the effort kind of teeters off. You talk about that third quarter. Can you talk about what Indy was able to do to keep you guys at bay, sort of?
Well, first of all, it's never effort. You know what I mean? Our kids don't come out in the third quarter and don't give great effort. They give great effort. They don't necessarily execute. There's a huge difference, and I think that our effort was good. Our execution was poor. I don't know if Indy did anything special. I think Indy's a really good football team, and I knew going in they would have an offense that would be balanced and would be very difficult to stop. They proved that the first time they drove the ball. So when we went in a 3-and-out to start the third quarter, I knew we were going to struggle with their offense because we can't, we had a 7-point lead. You can't expect to hold a 7-point lead against a really good offensive team. And so, they scored 2 touchdowns, and now we're down by 7.
It's been fun watching you guys these first 2 games with a lot of your skill position players that you have. Stinson, big game tonight. Romello Brown can bust out 200 yards on any given day. Just talk about the weapons you guys have offensively and what you've seen from them the first 2 games and what you're looking forward to these next 9.
Well, I don't think we've played all that well in either game from a skill standpoint. I think DeReese Roberson's been outstanding. He's made some really good plays, 3 touchdowns. I think Deontay, he obviously has had some huge plays. I don't think he played extremely well this week, but he can play better. Demetrius and Romello haven't done really anything yet. The only thing that they did this week was they played with great heart in the fourth quarter. And on those 2 drives, they scored touchdowns. It was just those 2 guys with their heart and their determination to make it happen, along with DJ making those special plays. So, I'm happy with the skill because they're going to continue to play well all year. But I don't think they've broken out just yet.
I guess last question, guys, little 2-game preseason here, non-conference games, and now you start conference play next week. I know you said in your opening statement you guys still have a lot to work on, but how happy maybe are you after these first 2 games? You go on the road and beat a team. Any game on the road is a good win if you guys can get a win. Then you play a team at home tonight that was ranked and smoked Grand Valley last week, and you unfortunately lose on a walk-off field goal. Just how happy are you with these first 2 games? And again, maybe go into more detail about what you guys have to work on heading forward into Saginaw next week.
Well, I wouldn't use the word happy. I'm not happy. I'm not discouraged though. I'm encouraged that I think we learned a lot about ourselves. Indianapolis has obviously played extremely well in their first 2 games, and they're a good football team. Our guys weren't challenged last week. We were challenged this week, and what I'm encouraged by is that we responded to the challenge, and so I'm hoping that carries over to the following weeks because it's a great league. You have to be prepared every week. It's going to be, every game's going to be tight. There's not going to be blowouts. Kind of the lesser teams have moved out of the league. So that game today was a good game for us to go into the season with.
Right.